Hello and welcome everyone. What I've got set up here is the Brody scenario, the first one from the Barbarossa South campaign. I've just played two scenarios from Barbarossa Center and Barbarossa North, and the campaign rules as such, the Grand Campaign rules as such, that you have to move on to the Southern Front then. I could have chosen any order, by the way. I didn't need to start in this order, but since I've already done the other two, we've now come to the southern part of the front, and the Russians have rolled two reinforcement dies, two reserve rolls. They've actually decided to use them. They've put another infantry unit and another tank unit. The Germans rolled the same, but they decided not to use them. The Russians start, I could have chosen a different way to do that, but the Russians started with 5 reserve tokens, so now they have 3 left. The Germans have only 2, so they thought, like, okay, we better hold on to them. And why do they want to hold on to them? Well, if you look a bit at the board, you will see that the Russians massively outnumber the Germans. So I thought it wouldn't help the Germans actually win the scenario. Of course, I might have inflicted some more casualties. I may inflict some more casualties on the Russians as well. I mean, I still have to play the scenario. But I thought I'd just give them a possibility for more medals. On the one hand, that doesn't make much sense because there are more than enough medals for the Russians to win. But I guess what I'm trying to say is there's probably a better moment for the Germans to use their reserves. Yeah, so this one looks pretty lopsided, I have to admit. I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but the actual battle for Brody, the Germans actually won, I believe. But then again, it doesn't look like they'll win this one. Of course, there are the Blitz rules are in effect. The Germans have a heroic leader as well, which gets to ignore a flag. It also rolls an additional die in combat, and potentially if the unit is eliminated, if you do not roll 1 or more stars when you roll 2 dice, the heroic leader actually survives and is transferred to another friendly infantry unit, the nearest one actually. But it still feels like it's going to be very, very difficult on each flank. The Russians far outnumber the Germans. I could have placed the 2 reserves here, but that only would have made it even as far as the number of units is concerned. If I put it here, it's more or less the same story in here as well, but it still would have left the other 2 flanks in the Russian favor. I might have still done it, but let's see how it turns out. And I think the German reserves will be of more use in a later scenario. So let's see how it really turns out. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.